My name is Nsikan Akpan, and I'll be reading a poem from my book, Unintentional Meanings, Poetry and Real Things. This poem is entitled, Too Many to Count. I was in Harlem the day I realized all Black people come from the same place, a carved space called a continent that looks more like a heart. But I'll start with here. Slavery is not the beginning of the story, but it is on this land. Calloused hands, hundreds of years and no reprimand. The descendants lack resources, yet sprout without water. It was them, women and men, who have been pushed into fields far from home where they were farmers, teachers. One may have been a prince, only to be released as quickly as seized, and have been playing catch-up ever since. But they sing, turning spirituals into things that make hips swing, or your hips can stay still when hip-hop takes the wheel. And just look at Black cinema's reel. They did that. The same ones we traded for guns, germs, and steel. This is something I always say because truth deserves to be repeated. The Black American is proof of what we can do, even as we go untreated. And as the continent is seated in the center of the map, the East and West take. Those with pale skin, some with narrow eyes, take straight from our brown laps. The 54 has collapsed, but true dwellers remain standing, demanding that the motherland be treated as a mother, not brother or fellow man. Remember, this is the ground God chose to make us from sand. And the ones who stay in the heart-shaped place hold tight to faith for their sons and daughters, even as scientists covered South Africa with AIDS, a professional slaughter. The mother continues to hope for better days. They ain't the only ones, proclaims Claudia and Jose, whose skins are like mine. Some of the time hair can be fine and sway. No way! When I learned one could be Black and Latino, as if they were one and the same. And not just Dominicano, I know what you're gonna say, but there's Cuba, Venezuela, Panama, and other places central and south that have their own slavery days. No one talks about samba, capoeira, carnival, as if they come from us. Instead, white faces are put in front and we look on from afar, while copycats beat, shake, clap, showing us who we are. They try to convince us too that even as the breeze from the West Indies passes through, we're the students, and the meaning of ourselves we must prove. Black Brits use wit and stay anonymous, subconscious that where they are is not their own, as if their fair keepers did not keep them from their homes. Destroyed lands push us farther upward where nothing compares to the euro. One more point before I go. Marginalized plus marginalized equals albino. Not an ethnic group, but treated by their troop in ways far from ethical. We forget they are ours, with skin so light one can see through, fires set to burn them out of our race. We forget they are ours. Yet when the white man came, we had nothing to say. Here, take our land and people. So yeah, who knew Harlem would be this poem's prequel? Who knew? Don't call us African Americans when we're more American than you. Don't call us savages when we saved your life by letting you be. Just call us Black with a capital B. There's a lot of us, sometimes too many to keep. Our number, colors, tones, textures overwhelm the family tree. But we birthed the earth, and there is no excuse not to be counted and make room for every sheep in the herd. Thank you.